जलसाए सालाना के सामान के दिन हैं, अल्लाह से कुछ वादो पैमान के दिन हैं.
Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back here in the studio, and I'm joined by now the Executive Director for Humanity First USA, who's also our respected Naib Amir, President of the Chicago Southwest Jamaat, Mukarram Munam Naeem Saab. Assalamu alaikum. It's great to have you in the studio.
That's good to have you.
So there is so much excitement right now around Humanity First, and there's a lot of things to talk about, so I just want to jump right in. Earlier this year, in January, the Humanity First USA's Executive Committee had an opportunity to travel to London and meet with His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih al-Khamis, for a Humanity First convention. In fact, do you think you have the program for it? Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what happened at that conference? You know, what was the guidance that Huzur gave you, and how you come back to implement
I think that is one of the most important events that have happened for this year, where we had opportunity to go out and meet Huzur. 17 countries were represented there. Specifically, it was a D4 or D8 countries, with the donor countries were getting together.
So
But
those were, you mean the 17 chapters of Humanity First?
17.
There are more than 40 now.
Exactly.
Of them, 17 that are the donor,
Right.
primarily donor countries, came together for this.
Absolutely. And so it was a historic event for us, where beloved Huzur gave us clear guidance that what Humanity First is and how Humanity First should work. And what we have done, Naveed, that we have published this thing, not only in the Gazette, but this is 4-page Huzur's address.
Oh, really?
And
The
this
whole
is
thing.
so wonderful, if you can see. And, you know, if in the front, if you think that this is the picture we cherish, that, you know, Huzur is right, you know, on the
Humanity
podium
First,
there.
right at the
And
top.
Huzur gave the address, and in this, you know, address that where we highlighted some of the key features that Huzur drew our attention to. Huzur pointed out that, you know, the
Doctors
people-
can offer their medical services, teachers can provide education, engineers can offer their skills, whilst those people blessed with wealth can and should utilize it for the sake of others.
Absolutely, and read this one now.
Indeed, you should not just maintain your current level of work, but you should constantly seek to build on your efforts and further improve the good work and good name of Humanity First.
Right. So
Clear,
Hazur's direction
very
was that, you know, whatever you're doing, first of all, you're doing it for Allah, to please Allah. That should be the main mission. So, you know, whereas under the Jamaat, under the, you know, leadership of local Amir and Hazur's guidance, that you work as one unit with Jamaat, collaborating with everyone, and the guidance from Hazur. And then second thing is, Hazur said, whatever you do, keep doing it more and better, more and better. For what? To please Allah. So you're taking care of your fellow human beings, you're taking care of their needs, just to please Almighty Allah. And that sets the goal for us. And Hazur has encouraged every profession to work together and do the job.
So mashallah, Humanity First USA is actually doing, you know, an extraordinary amount. I believe you're assigned 10 to 15 countries, in fact, you know, as the donor country, then working with countries that are developing. So can you tell us a little bit about what some of the projects are that are under Humanity First USA in other countries, and then also how our viewers at home or who are here at Jalsa just getting ready to come can help? We just heard, you know, the quote from Huzur, and that says it all. But, you know, are there specific positions we were talking about before we went on, you know, that people, that Humanity First has identified an opportunity for us to serve in? So can you talk
Absolutely.
about some of HFUSA's external work?
Right. I think, you know, the way Humanity First work, there are programs, and there are countries assigned to us. There are different regions. For instance, Humanity First USA is assigned Liberia, Mali, Ghana,
Syria.
not Sierra Leone, but Tanzania, Guatemala, South America. So there are countries
Wow.
distributed
West
between,
Africa, Central
exactly,
South America.
between Canada, UK, USA, Germany, the countries distributed to them. So once those countries are assigned, then we work together we check with local amirs, see where their needs are, and we start. So from program perspective, we know very well. Water for Life is one of our favorite. We work with IAAE in many countries together, and we dig well. So and especially now, Humanity First Pakistan. I don't know if you have seen that video. They prepare a beautiful video, the challenges of water in the Thar Parker area, where, you know, it is so, you know, when you see it, you'll recognize that how bad the situation is, and why is it worth for us to provide safe safe, clean, drinkable water to our fellow human beings. So we are helping Humanity First Pakistan to raise funds and dig the wells there. Then we dig the wells across Africa, Mali, Ghana, Tanzania, all the countries that are assigned to us. So that's one of my favorite projects is to dig hand pumps and all that. So
That's amazing.
yeah, I think that is Water for Life. Then we have Gift of Health, Gift of Education, food security. In all of these programs, we have many things are going on. Gift of Education perspective.
I'd like to ask you about that.
Yeah.
I understand, as you said, that we are assigned Mali, Humanity First USA.
Right.
Now, Mali is a conflict-ridden country. There has been ongoing violence. There's a peace agreement now between most of the armed groups. Some of them are not. Terrorist groups have not signed on between the platform, the coordination, and the government. But this is a country that has seen people leave displaced and is in a terrible condition. No services are available. What is Humanity First doing in Mali to help alleviate the suffering there?
Right, okay. First of all, yesterday the ambassador of Mali was here, if you remember, in the event there, and he was very appreciative. Mali, first of all, Hazur assigned us to build 5 schools. The 5 schools, that was a project, it was given to us a couple of years ago. By the grace of Allah, by the year end, inshallah, we will be finishing our 5 schools there. So the construction of 5 schools are there. And then Amir Saab in Mali, by the grace of Allah, is a very innovative man. We are digging water wells there. And then, we are collaborating with IEEE. IEEE Hazur has given them the Model Village program.
IEEE is the International Engineers
Association. And we have collaborative USA, Humanity First, IEEE as well. So we work together. And
Amazing.
so the Water for Life program is really a huge collaborative effort between Humanity First and IEEE.
I think the people at home have to understand the situation. I mean, in this country, honestly, people can't return in some instances because of violence, but in other instances because the government has yet to be able to recover services like education, like delivering water or medical services. So, I mean, literally, people are refugees, and this has been dubbed by the UN Commissioner, for Refugees, the High Commissioner for Refugees, as the Year of the Refugee. Really, 60 million people displaced. So in Mali, Humanity First is providing schools, building schools, setting them up so that people can return back home wherever they are. Malian refugees in Niger or other countries. So it's really a fascinating work right at the forefront of numerous humanitarian disasters, and so it's really amazing work that we're doing. It's not just off to the side or in the aftermath. No. So it's really quite amazing to hear about that.
If you don't mind, I just want to mention a couple of more countries real quick, right?
Please.
So I'd like to talk about Guatemala. Guatemala has been assigned to us. So from that perspective, we just opened up a school last January. We have about almost 300 students that are enrolled there, and now Azur has given us permission to build a hospital. There's a desperate need of a good hospital in Guatemala, some of the inner part of Guatemala there. So that project is assigned to us. We're working with AMMA, and we have some really good members of Jamaat who are helping us to put together the plan.
Are you working with the government as well?
Yes.
Where will the money come to build a hospital? It's not like building a house or even a school. I mean, it's a hospital.
Right.
So where is the money coming from?
Money will inshallah come. Azur said, go do it. The money comes. Jamaat members outside, I think the most likely this hospital will be funded by the Jamaat members. Jamaat members are passionate, Jamaat members sacrifice in all other, schemes that we have from Chanda perspective and all that. But when it comes for charity, they really fulfill the 9th condition of BAT. So from ninth condition of BAT perspective, so this money, inshallah, this is about over $1 million project, inshallah, this will come through. And so Marshall Islands also, there's a unique project we will be working there, is agriculture. Wow. This island, the Flash Shamsab is the Amir there. So he's figured out a way that with our National Secretary of Agriculture there, we will be, inshallah, doing agriculture project, growing vegetation and fruit for the food security perspective. Right. So there are different countries, we are doing different type of projects.
That's really inspiring. And so you've heard the executive director, repeat the call of His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Nasr Aziz, who is Khalifatul Masih and Amirul Mu'mineen, but he's also overseeing all of Humanity First operations worldwide. And so his call, of course, to action, we must all answer. There are many opportunities to serve at Humanity First. Go online to usa.humanityfirst.org, where you can sign up to volunteer, to give your time. We had also mentioned that if you are in school as a college student, we're setting up Humanity First student organization. So write to Humanity First about that. If you're in college and you'd like to set one of those organizations up, you only need one person, an Ahmadi or even somebody who's not Ahmadi who's interested to start this up, and I'm sure that it'll take off. As we were talking about hospitals, it's a good segue, as we've got a clip ready for our viewers now about a blood drive that we're having, not some far off country, but right here at Jalsa Salana. So we have an opportunity where thousands of people have gathered. As we know, Ahmadis are willing to give and sacrifice in every way. In fact, they also gave their blood while they were here. So check out this clip about the blood drive that we held here at Jalsa Salana. Again, I want to thank Munam Naeem Saab, who is the Executive Director for Humanity First USA, for joining us here in the studios. Good luck with all your work.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
सलाना के सामान